Welcome to the No BS Design Show. That's the new name. So we talk about
That is the
design,
new
and
name.
there's no BS. You know, we used to be called. This is our third name change. We used to be called. Well, we were on Twitter Spaces. We were called Webflow and Coffee. Then for like one episode, we were called. Fuck! It's so long. What is it? It's the infinite the infinite never ending grind of being self-employed, the show, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Way too long, at least.
Yeah, we made it long as a joke, and then we were like, YouTube hates us, so we canceled that. And now we are the No BS Design Show. So welcome. We talk about design. We're two BFFs. We've never met in person, but that doesn't stop us. That's it. That's the whole pitch. That's the show.
That's the whole pitch, the elevator pitch. Would anyone buy
I
it?
got my coffee.
Let's hope so.
I got my coffee. I got my
I got
water because you got
my
to stay hydrated.
cheers.
Cheers. And today's topic is, we just basically went around, collected some design that we like, some design that we don't like. We left it wide open. It could be fashion, websites, clothing, packaging, whatever. And we're just going to talk about it. We're going to love some design. We're going to hate some design. And hopefully, we'll disagree on some stuff, because that's when it gets fun. Like,
That's the
I
good
really,
stuff.
like, that's what I'm hoping. So, are you ready?
I'm so ready. Should we go through just in an overview of what type of design examples we have? So,
Yeah,
for example, sure. Yeah. So, for example, I have okay, let's say I have one UI / like a website design that I really dislike.
Okay.
And I have disliked it for many years, and I continue to dislike
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
it.
Okay.
And this website has even gone through a design update, so they still suck. And the second one is a VFX, like movie VFX thing, specifically.
Okay,
which I've
interesting.
always had an issue with, and I see no one else talk about it, which annoys me.
Okay.
And then I have one product that I love. I have a program UX that I love, and I have a physical product. I guess you can call it physical product UX that I also love.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are my examples.
Sounds like fun. I have a software brand. All mine are brands, because when I was looking for good and bad design, I went on Under Consideration's website blog called Brand New. It's called Brand New, and they review brands, and they're amazing. So that's where I went for inspiration. So I have one that's like software based. I have one that's in the entertainment industry. I have one in the marijuana industry, and I have one that is a food product. And two I love, two I hate. So that's where we're starting.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like we have.
So I'm excited about it. This is gonna be fun.
About.
I'm seriously very curious if we're gonna disagree on anything. So we'll see.
We should. I hope so.
Yeah, I think we will. I mean, just, we're two different people, but we're kind of the same person. So we'll see. I pulled all my links into another tab so that I can just share to that tab and not create like an infinite window type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was a little worried about that, so that's what I did.
That's good.
But
do you want to? Yeah, do it. We can go every second. Yeah. You can go.
You want to do a back and forth thing?
Let's do that.
All right. People might get tired of us sharing a screen and then closing the share, but like, hey, if you're here, you're here, and that's just, don't be a hater. So, all right, I'm gonna share window. Here we go. Here's the first one. You with me?
Yep, I'm with you.
So, Hootsuite. Do you know Hootsuite?
Yeah, I use them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that their product is fine, but this new brand that came out, I have some issues with. So this is a dislike for me. So you might be able to convince me otherwise, because I was on the fence for a while. But you know what really made me not like this brand is this ugly green color. I don't like this green. Like, why did they pick this green? All right. Anyway, here I want to look. Okay, look at this. I don't like how they're using this green as a full background for text. I think it looks really weird. I just do. Like, I love the orange color, but the green is just, it really bothers me. It just does. The owl itself is like a cute drawing. It's fine, but I don't really like it in the logo, honestly. I like it better as a little mascot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it clashes. The red or orange, maybe. The red/orange clashes
Yeah,
with the green. And the
it's
green
weird.
makes me think, yeah, the green makes me think of, I don't know, like clothing, something like that. It doesn't make me think of, because Hootsuite, I guess for reference, Hootsuite is a social media
Yeah,
scheduling
social media
management platform.
scheduling app, right? Sort
Yeah,
of an app.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, it doesn't
why
make,
clothing? Where are you getting clothing from?
I don't know why. Maybe because I have a shirt that's exactly that color. I don't know.
Is this not
Oh,
clipped?
yeah, it's not clipped. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
I love
miss.
these
But
drawings are really cute. These little cartoon drawings. I think those are good, but I don't like the color palette and the logo itself. This icon I think is kind of weird, but I don't know.
mm. Okay, yeah, so here's a hot take. I don't think
Okay.
I really dislike when brands do, especially technology brands, tech related brands, do like illustrated figures, like an owl in this case, as their
Okay.
sort of brand icon or figure. Because it
Why?
doesn't feel, to me, it feels very unprofessional in a way.
I
Tech
think that's
products
the
to
point though,
me,
is they're trying to
yeah.
appeal to people who are like social media is fun. Social media, let's like put stuff out there. Like that's kind of the point, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, you can be. I'd rather they do like fun copy or something,
Yeah.
fun language that they use instead of, because it feels to me like if I use, for example, if I use Hootsuite for all of my social media management, I want it to feel reliable. I want it to feel like this is a platform I can trust, I can rely on. I know I'm in good
Hmm.
hands. But when I see this owl, like, yeah, sure, I get that they want to go for a fun vibe and like, oh, it's fun to do social media. We're this
Hmm.
cool guy,
Hmm.
cool new guy on the block.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
but that's not the vibe I get. The vibe I get is like, oh, we don't really know what we're doing. And I know Hootsuite has been in the game for a long time. Like
Hmm.
they're
Hmm.
they're they're not new at all. But this is, yeah, that's the vibe I get. It's
I will say
I
I
don't,
like it
yeah.
way better when the color is on this red instead of on the green, personally. Like if you look at
Oh
this,
yeah.
I like this way better down here with the black and
Same.
white instead of the red and white. But even the icon itself I have some issues with. I mean, I feel like the way that the what are these ears? I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever. The way that these like feathers or ears or whatever meet the head, it just feels like a vector path with a rounded corner just touching the head. Like it's not integrated smoothly in my opinion. It's just like triangle, round corners overlap with the circle. Like it just doesn't have any like grace to the design. And I'm sorry, designer who did this. I love you, but like I just something about this just feels off to me. The way that it clips the eyes, like it just feels weird. I don't know. Am I the only one?
What do you think they were going for though with ears? I'm thinking maybe they're supposed to be like antennas, and so you're broadcasting
Do
to
owls have
social media.
antennas? Bro, I don't
No,
think
they
owls
don't.
have antennas. I don't
No,
know,
they don't
man.
have
Let
antennas.
me.
But I'm thinking maybe they like were trying to combine it.
I don't know, dude. I don't think they're antennas. That's so funny. I don't know, man. I really don't. I really don't know.
But I mean, you know how like big brands, they always talk about how, oh, we combine this element with this because it represents something.
Yeah, I did. I got you. I got you. I just find it funny that you call it antennas. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think some owls do have like spiky ear thingies. I don't know.
Yeah, they do, but yeah,
But
I don't think they have antennas.
Anyway, it's not my favorite. I don't think that it's really working. Like this post here on the left, I just I don't think that it like communicates the scale of the company, which is basically what you said. And maybe they're trying to look like a small company. Maybe that's the goal here, but
Hmm.
I don't really love it. But like I guess the final question I have is before or after? Like what would you do you like the before logo or the after logo better?
I was gonna say before, but the new one is kind of growing on me, to be honest. Not with the green and red background
Yeah.
or green and red combination.
I think
Rather
I
the
think I would say after, but only this one, not the green one.
right. Exactly.
Yeah,
I think they need to keep the logo and the text itself black and then
I
do
agree.
whatever with the background.
I will say the new typography is is definitely better. The new type is nice, I think.
Oh, I don't like it. It's too
You don't
spaced
like the new
out.
text. You don't like
Mm-mm.
the expanded version. I think it's kind of cool.
No.
Maybe it's too
I
trendy,
think,
but I like the new
yeah,
text.
I'm not trendy enough. But I think in general, with design, I have a hard time with text that's expanded. Um,
Okay.
it it feels it feels old in some kind of way to me.
Hmm. I think it's a
I don't know
tool just
why.
like any other part. Like compressed text or expanded text, like it can be used in different ways to accomplish different things. I'm fine with it, but
Mm, yeah, of course. I mean, I know it's a thing too. I mean,
yeah.
text like that is a thing. It's just me personally, I mm-mm, don't like it.
Okay. Well, we don't
But
have
I
to fight
do. I
about it.
will. Let's fight about it. No, I guess to summarize my thoughts, I like the new icon, but only in black.
Okay. Cool. I can live
Yeah.
with that. All
Cool.
right. You
All
have something you
right.
want to show?
Oh yeah. It's very simple. It's one photo, but I will go
Oh, a
ahead and share
single. You
it.
just got a single photo. I love that. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. So you're seeing this?
Yeah. Yeah. I see it.
Okay. So Gumroad. We all know it.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Okay. I was like, why does that look familiar? Gumroad. Yep.
Yeah, Gumroad. So I guess for reference, if someone doesn't know what it is, Gumroad is a platform where you can sell, I think, subscriptions, but mainly digital downloads. So like PDFs, documents, templates, anything digital downloadable. Um, and it's very easy to integrate. Like you only do a quick little code snippet or
Hmm.
even a link, and it has this pop up automatically. Designed by Gumroad, you have close to zero control over the look and feel of it. And
Hmm.
so, do you see my mouse or
Yeah. I
no?
can see your mouse. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is the pop up that pops up when you use a Gumroad purchase link, and I don't know what you feel, but I've always felt that this looks like it's from 1990s. Like
I've
it
always felt
looks
that it like
horrible.
I've always felt that it looked dated, but I always felt that that was their goal was to look dated.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like
I've always felt like that's what they're trying to do, to stand out. Like they want to look different because they definitely don't look like Stripe. Like let's be real, they look nothing like
yeah,
Stripe.
uh-uh.
Like like I don't
They
know.
look
I don't know what
horrible.
the goal is there. Is it supposed to look old fashioned? Like I don't know. I mean their logo sucks too, but that's not what we're talking about here. So like I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
But even if they were going for an old vibe, it doesn't make sense since they're a tech company who is supposed to make it easy for people to sell digital products, and so their
Yeah, but I
target
could see them
audience,
wanting
I
to look classic in order to try and like be trustworthy or something. However, if that's their goal, I do not think that they're succeeding. But
not
I
in the
could see that
slightest.
being a goal. I could. I don't like it
Yeah,
either.
me neither. So like, there's two main things that I dislike about it. First of all, the
Okay.
stripe thing up top, like
Does
the
it
red and
move or is it
blue.
just static? I'm
No,
just
it's
curious. Do you
static.
know if it moves?
It's
It just stays? Okay.
yeah, it and so yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that. And then there's the like gray. the slightly rounded corners, gray background,
Yeah.
and the slight shadow. It looks
Yeah.
like a UI from like iOS, but from the early 2000s,
iOS
like a super
2.
early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
And like maybe it was cool back then, but it's not cool anymore. And the thing is, I've always wanted to use Gumroad, like in multiple cases, because it's such an easy platform to use. But the only reason I'm not using it is because of this very pop-up, because I can't change the design of it either.
Well, actually, I think people are moving away from it in general because they upped their fees a lot.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about
Okay.
that like a week or two ago?
No.
So everyone's moving to different platforms now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
in like the
How
Twitter
much?
creator product space, I can't remember what they upped it significantly. I can't remember their percentage increase, but it's a lot. I can't remember though. But yeah, look into it because I saw a bunch of tweets that people were like, "Well, I'm done with Gumroad. What's everyone going to?" And everyone had this one. I can't remember the name of it, but everyone was like, "Go to this one. It's great." So check it out if you want to use that. But yeah, I don't like the design either. It's super weird. The card even looks weird. The card, I think they're trying to make it look like a credit card, but it kind of doesn't. So
Yeah, no.
at that point, don't like either make it look like a credit card and do that, or don't. But don't go like halfway. Like I don't love it.
Right.
Man.
And the weird thing is they recently, or maybe a few months ago now, they completely revamped their branding, like their website, their everything. But as far as I'm aware, no, this is not revamped, but as far as I'm aware, they kept this same pop-up design. I haven't seen it changed. So they changed everything except the pop-up. Which brings up the question, like, are they doing this on purpose to, like, use it, like, stay classic and trustworthy or whatever?
I don't know. I'll bet you they'll change it because I just searched for their, like, brand announcement page and it looks completely different. Like, the logo is way different and everything. So they'll probably change it. They probably just haven't gotten to it yet. But the only thing I like on this page, I will say, I kind of like that little tag for the price. I kind of like it. The little yellow tag.
I add this.
Yeah, do you like that at all, or do you hate that too?
Yeah, I don't really have any thoughts on that one. I think it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, I'm staying away from Gumroad solely because of the design.
Solid thumbs down from us on the design.
Mm-hmm.
There,
solid
we
thumbs
said
down. Deal with it.
All right. I got something I like. You want to see something I like? This is a hot take too. I think it's a hot take.
Okay.
I think
it.
People hated on this. This was a couple years ago. I think people hated on it. If you hate it, you just got to tell me. All right. So Here we go. The Warner Brothers brand evolution, right? So they went from this classic, like heavily stylized 3-dimensional shield to this new tall, thin Warner Brothers emblem shape. I think it was a smart move. I think that the new one looks sweet. I even like it better in practice than I do just here side by side. I think that they use it really well. They use it like a frame. They put like characters inside of it. Like, I think it's awesome. And then really quick, before you give your opinion, I also want to show you the 3D version of the new shield, which is this. And I also think this looks sweet. I think it's very nice. So, any thoughts?
Do they use both of these?
The 3D
like
and the 2D?
3D version? Mm-hmm.
They do use both, yeah. But this is the old classic version that they don't use anymore. So, thoughts, feelings?
Yeah, so
I give it a thumbs up.
I honestly, I think I agree. I remember when because this was quite some time ago, no? They changed it.
Maybe 2018, 19? I can't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, I remember when they did it, and like there was a lot of talk on Twitter and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, I think it's a good update. Because like the old one, yes, sure, there's some classic feeling to it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like it's 2022 or 2018, if that was when they updated it.
I don't remember when it was. It doesn't matter. But like,
No.
yeah.
But yeah, it feels more modern. And also, the first thing that came to mind when I saw the logo, the new logo, is their they have, I think it's them who owns it. This it's like a rabbit with really long legs. It's like an IP.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Nothing's coming to mind.
It's an animated movie. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but that's the character that came to mind. And
if
I
anyone
know
knows what character he's talking about, drop it in the comments because I cannot think of this rabbit. So drop it in the comments.
Yeah, a rabbit with long legs. I think it's white, something like a white fur,
like Roger Rabbit or something, like an old school cartoon.
Roger Rabbit.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
what made you think of that? What made you think of that? The ear, like the WB looks like the ears or something?
No, because the logo is so drawn out. Like it's very stretched.
Yeah.
And the character itself is very stretched too. Maybe.
That's such a random association, man.
But I wonder if it's on purpose, since it's a major IP for them.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a moneymaker at this point, but that's crazy. Like, I just always find it interesting how like we could look at the same thing, everyone could, and just come to wildly different thoughts on it. You know what I mean? Like, that's so fun. Yeah. I never would have thought about that. But you think that it looks like that because it's like stretched out taller or something. Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like because the character itself is very stretched out too, or like flexible at least.
Well, speaking of the taller shield, I think that the new one has a more recognizable silhouette personally, because the old one was pretty close, in my opinion, too close to a circle. Like if you look at it and you kind of blur your eyes, it's very round. This new one, if you kind of squint at it, it's got like a very recognizable point and that chiseled top. And I think that that's good. Like I remember in one of my foundational design classes, the professor was like, if you kind of squint your eyes at logos, it's like a good way to see if it has a recognizable silhouette, because if it just sort of becomes like a ball of a blur, then it's like it doesn't really have like a strong silhouette. But if you can still see like the shape of it, then it has a good silhouette. I don't know if that's always true, but I think that's a good thing to keep in mind is the silhouette of a logo matters. So I think they improved it personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's true. I think it makes sense. I've heard it before too. So I think there's some truth in it. Can you show the 3D version too?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer of the 2D and 3D?
I mean, I think it completely depends on the use, because I could no, I don't know. I don't have the original thing up anymore, but there are some really good uses of this logo where they use it where they would take out the WB and they would put like a character inside of it and they would Photoshop it so like their head would clip out here or something. And it was such a cool use because it'd be like they'd be inside of it down here and then their head would kind of clip out of it. Like really cool uses of characters. Like I think I saw one with Wonder Woman, things like that. So like the flat version is really useful as like a graphic element, I think. But this one I feel like stands better on its own. Like I think this one is better when it's used with something, but this one is better when it's just on its own, personally. What do you think? You think this is too cartoony, the 3D one?
No, I prefer the 3D version. It feels...
Okay.
I mean, for movies at least. I don't know if they do anything else than movies. Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm. They do TV shows, they do video games.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah, but at least like on TV or like on movie.
Yeah. No, yeah, things. They're all entertainment and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Because for that, I think the 3D version is nicer. But maybe if they do like prints or like products where it's printed, physical thing.
Do they have like board games? I can't keep track, man. Every company now has like 1,000 departments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And every single one own everything. Like they own things you wouldn't expect.
But I think the 3D one was well done. I think that the soft gradients are pretty well done. there's something feels weird to me about the gradient on this border. It feels a little hard on the edge, just on the outside edge, but that's my only criticism. It's very slight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really have an opinion on that one, but it
But
feels. I like it.
yeah, I
Overall,
like
I'd
it.
say a thumbs up. It's an improvement.
Thumbs up. I give it a thumbs up. All right, sweet.
All right. All right. Okay, so I have another one that I dislike, and this is the one that no one else is talking about.
Okay.
So
All
I'm
right,
gonna
we're talking
go
about it here, people. We're the only ones talking about it.
Hot takes. All right, so this right here. So what you're seeing is, I can't remember which movie, but it's a DC movie.
It looks like a DC
and I'm not,
movie. Yeah,
Yes,
dude, I called that.
see,
I've never even seen this movie. I've never even seen it.
See, okay, so maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll end up agreeing on this, but
No doubt. I'm a
every
DC
single
hater. So.
yeah, the reason I bring up this is not to like start the Marvel versus DC thing. It's just that,
Yeah.
objectively speaking, I feel like DC special effects and visual special effects suck. Like straight
I
up
think
suck.
that's generally true. I think there's a couple exceptions. Let me think. I think have you seen the new Suicide Squad? The new one, not the old one. It just came out 2021.
No, I don't think so.
Well, it was directed by James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was gorgeous. Okay, like seriously, it was very good. It was really weird, but it
Okay.
was very good.
Yeah.
Then there's Joker from 2019, and I think that one was very highly regarded.
Joker.
And I think that's it. I think the rest of them are terrible. Yeah.
Okay, so let me motivate like my reasoning here. So like, I think, I don't know how they actually do it, but I think they combine practical effects with like digital VFX.
Okay.
And to me, that combination looks way off. It doesn't combine in a good way. And a lot of the time, like for example, let's say Justice League, for example, the one that first came out, not the who directed it, but the extended cut, not the extended cut, like the original one.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, Justice League. I know
Whatever.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, Justice League.
Oh, Snyder, Zack Snyder.
Snyder, right. That whole movie, like especially the ending part where everything is red, like everything is just straight up
I didn't
red.
even see it,
like,
so.
Okay, well, it's almost like they applied like an Instagram filter.
Like a red filter?
We want this red. Yeah, let's make
Like
it
red overlay. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it, but that could, I think that could be cool in a certain setting, but you're saying it didn't work very well.
It doesn't work at all. And so there's that thing, like the I don't know what to call it, but the computer generated effects. And then there's the character design. To me, always feels off. Like the characters themselves, their armor, their faces, it doesn't feel. It feels like they want to go for a grounded look, and like this character could actually exist. But because they do that, and they're still like out in space with aliens and whatnot, it doesn't, like, you can't combine a grounded look and aliens. It doesn't work. At least not in the way that they do it.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's,
I think that DC's big issue with VFX is that they always go way too far. Like way too far. Like if you look at this image that you have up right now, look at the main character. I'm not a fan of the design. Okay, whatever. But I'm not going to talk about that because I guess I could like see a world in which someone creates that outfit and like whatever. We're adding a little bit of magic, whatever. But the characters to her left and right, like what's happening with them? They have no detail. Like they're just like silhouettes almost. What's going on all around her? It's like I can't tell. Is that rocks? Is that like is she in a cave? Is in the background it looks like she's in like a modern building. Like I don't know what I'm seeing. What's going on with the flowy shit? Like what even is that? Is that smoke? Is that cloth? I can't tell. Like it's too visually chaotic to the point to which you can't even comprehend it.
Yeah.
That's my take. That's my take. However, okay, one more defense of another DC movie. They have little gems, dude. They have little gems that shine through. Have you seen the new Batman? Like the one with the vampire guy?
Yeah. Poor guy.
Robert
Everyone
Pattinson.
calls him vampire guy. Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Hey, no, he's awesome. I love that guy. Okay, I'm not a hater.
He's awesome.
That movie is insanely good. Like, why can't Marvel Marvel too. Why can't Marvel and DC do more movies like that? Because it's like, it's atmospheric. You feel it. Like it feels grounded, but it's so good, man. I want more of that.
Yeah, I loved that movie. It was absolutely amazing. And there's this
and
one
that's
scene.
DC.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, but again, like I'm not bringing this up to hate on DC specifically. It's just that VFX suck.
A lot of the time, yeah.
A lot of the time. But the Batman movie, there's this one scene that I got goosebumps. I was like so pumped. I wanted to join him in fighting. The ending scene where he comes in from the roof, like he blows up
with the water
roof. Yeah, with the water, yeah. And he like, jumps down and smashes everyone. Oof. The adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah, man. I love that movie. You're so funny. You're like, I wanted to get down there and help him.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the way I felt.
I do love that movie.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so...
Yeah, I agree. VFX is off the rails at this point sometimes. So...
Yeah.
I think that we just need, like, who am I? I don't know anything about VFX. All I know about VFX is I watch VFX artists react, which is a fantastic YouTube show by Corridor. Yeah. But I don't know. I know when I see things that I consider tastefully created, and I did not consider a lot of the DC movies in the past that way. I considered them kind of like, I guess what I would call garish or like kitschy, things like that, like just like cheesy, over the top, way too far. Like, yeah. So I agree with you. I completely agree. But hopefully that's changing. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope so too. And yeah, I mean, I don't want this to turn into a DC hate train, but
no.
I also want to mention how they never they always restart everything. Like they never establish any character at all. Like, can't they stick with one thing?
Well, I think part of that is because they realize that, like, they don't have a successful, like, why would they stick with something that's not working, is my point.
Right, but nothing is going to work if they never
movies
go through.
Like, the Batman movie worked, though, and I think they're going to stick with that new Batman, but that's, like, the third Batman in, like, 10 years. I don't know. It's all good.
I saw somewhere that they're going to do a new Batman, or, like, that they're not going to include that Batman in the rest of the DC universe thing, which doesn't make any sense.
Bad decision. I don't know, bro. You know my favorite Batman? Swear to God. You want to hear it?
Probably some old one. No, I don't know.
You have a prediction? Any idea?
I don't know any names.
It's Lego Batman. It's Lego Batman, dude. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't. Why do you like it?
You should watch Lego Batman, the first one. And the second one's good, but the first one is a perfect movie. It's so good, dude. It's hilarious. It's got like dark brooding vibes, but also it's just like so funny. Like, you gotta watch it, man. I'm telling. Maybe we can watch it together because it's one of my favorites. Yeah? I love that movie. I love that movie, dude.
I was expecting you to say some old actor name.
No, drop in the comments what your favorite Batman is, and let me know why it's Lego Batman. Because obviously, it's Lego Batman. All right, now that we've offended all the DC fans, but that's fine. Yeah. What are there, like 5 of them left?
Burn.
All right, I got two. I got two designs left. One good, one bad. Which do you want?
Let's do a good one to lighten the mood from DC Burn.
All right, sweet. I don't know. It's a weird brand. I'd never heard of it before. It's a marijuana company, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. We'll see what you think. It's unusual. So this is the logo.
A square, okay. A rectangle, I guess.
Now, the company is called Butter.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
The color is sweet. The logo is awesome. I think it's so smart. Before we get into it, you'll see more of the brand. It'll make more sense. But I think it's so smart that they used like the registered trademark symbol as like a part of the logo. Like if you remove that tiny little R, I think it wouldn't work. I really do. But there's like something in our brains that goes like, they made it bigger than normal, and it almost like makes it feel more cohesive as a logo. Like without that, it would look like a yellow rectangle, which it does. But with it, I feel like it looks like a logo. All right, let me get into it.
Okay.
This I guess is the full version of the logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is like the minimal version. That's the animation. Right. This though, dude, look at this like 3D.
That's kind of cool.
I'm just gonna keep going, and then we can. It does look like a gold block. I'm gonna keep going real quick, and then we can come back and talk about it. This is some of their type and like highlight style, like in use. Like I could see this being on the website. I think it's dope. This is some like informational graphics, which I think are very nice. Let's build a butter world. I think that's brilliant.
That's funny.
Business card, website stuff, and the packaging, dude. Does it show? Yeah, okay. The packaging, man. I love the packaging. I love when brands are minimal in their palette and they just go hard on a color. Like I love this. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. But I'm curious what you think.
What do they do?
They make marijuana.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you how like when they keep it very simple, but they go super hard with it.
Yeah.
Like if you're going simple, you need to really do it 100%. Like you can't half-ass it. And yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of playfulness you can do with a single like rectangle. It's.
I mean, right here, I think that they use it really nice, even.
Yeah. And
but do you see what I mean? Like the R is like part of the logo. Like it really is. I think it adds a lot. That little tiny dot, personally.
It adds recognizability. Like how if you remove the R, it could be anything. But when you see the R, you know it's a logo. And I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's no other logo that's only a yellow rectangle.
I don't think so, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what brand that is. So I'd agree that it's a clever move. But then again, you could, instead of the R, you could just do really anything else. It doesn't have to be that specific R. It could be like a black dot or something. It can be anything.
I guess it could be, but the registered mark is so like well known in society as like a logo indicator. You know what I mean? Like, it has like some sense of officialness to it to kind of bring it back to the ground. Like, if we're floating away with this logo, this kind of like grounds it to me. I don't know. Also, they use both condensed and super expanded types. So I'm curious what you think about that, because we just talked about that earlier. I know that you hate. I know that you hate the wide type, but
yeah, but I think in this case, I like the expanded one because it's very bold. Yeah, it's very, like we said earlier, how they're going really hard with the simple, bold vibe. I think in this case it works.
I think for these transitions, they're using variable typefaces, which I haven't messed with much. I don't know if you have. It's kind of a new tech.
No, me neither.
Just to explain it, if anyone's watching. Oh, did Webflow add it?
Yeah, I saw that it's available like a few days ago.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Variable type, for anyone who doesn't know, is like a new type of typeface system where instead of you selecting a weight, like medium, bold, whatever, there's a numeric system so that you can basically customize the weight completely. So if you like something right between medium and semi bold, you could do, I don't know the numbers, but you could do like weight, 215, 216, 217. Like instead of having to choose big hundred gaps, you could
Hmm.
but variable doesn't work just for weight, it works for width, it works for um italicization, like it works for a lot of things. I haven't messed with it much, but it's a cool technology. So
Yeah,
that's how they're doing these
and
transitions that look super smooth. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I'm
nice.
super excited to. I haven't played anything with variable type either, but I'm very excited to do something with it because you can do,
It's cool to see it
especially,
in animation.
yeah, yeah, like especially if you go big and bold. I think there's lots
Hmm.
you can experiment with. And I'm thinking like web design, you can do a lot of interactions. Like, yeah. But yeah, Butter, the brand, I love it. It's a big thumbs up for me.
I love it too.
It's
Thumbs up for me.
yeah, it's unique. Can't be mistaken for anything else. It's it's unique.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Um, I have one more that I'm saving for last once you're done, and
All right.
I'm furious about it. So I can't wait.
Sounds exciting. Sounds like we're in for a conversation.
Yeah, yeah. The worst for last. I'm so mad about it. I'm not even kidding.
Okay, so what I got is something that I love, and it may be very stereotypic as for me being who I am from where I am.
Okay.
But
It's a Swedish-based design. Like I don't
it's
understand.
IKEA.
IKEA. Okay. Okay. Let's go.
But also
Dude,
not that.
dude, it's our like second episode, and the Swedish guy is pulling out IKEA. Let's go! I love it.
Yeah,
That's
so
so funny.
IKEA, for reference, I'm Swedish. Yeah, so I love not only, okay, like there's two parts that I love. Mostly, or my main point in this at least is let's just, yeah, there's two reasons. There's the design aspect, like the interior design aspect that I
Yeah,
like. I
yeah.
like in general Scandinavian design, very clean and minimal. But the part that I enjoy the most is how packaged it is. Like you assemble it yourself. It's easier to ship, cheaper to ship, probably more environmentally friendly, and it's just fun. Um, so yeah, I love, and as far as I'm aware, there's no other like furniture company that does does it the way that IKEA does it.
At least not to the same
Um,
quality.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Because I've always had a great
and
experience with IKEA, personally.
yes, I'm here, and also like they include everything if you need. At least in Sweden, if you need a hammer, they include like some kind of hammer replacement thing.
Little, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they include like screws. A lot of the
Mm-hmm.
time, like more screws than you actually need. Like
Mm-hmm.
they include everything, and it's clear instructions. You assemble it, and it's just ready. And it never
Yeah,
fails
man.
to deliver. It's just good. Honestly, I don't have a lot of thoughts on it. It's just good.
I've always had good experiences with IKEA. And the one time that I had an issue with the product where it came defective, their support system was very helpful and worked with me. So like I've always had good experiences with them. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
fan. Thumbs up
yeah.
from me.
And
I don't know what else
thumbs
to
up.
say. Do you like their
Yeah.
logo?
I mean, I think at this point it's so
It's so
recognizable.
iconic.
Like Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
iconic. They can't change. They can't change.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I've been to they have a store probably 2 hours from me, like a big store.
Mhm.
And I love going there, dude. I'll have some food, I'll have some Swedish meatballs. I'll just walk through and look at all the furniture in their showrooms. Like, I love hanging out there, dude. Just the whole vibe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's more than going shopping. It's you could, I mean, you could literally live in an IKEA store. They have beds, they have food. There's enough
Yeah,
space to
dude.
work out. They have
Yeah,
office
how much?
chairs.
They should just start. They should just start renting out spaces there.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they open some kind of like hotel thing. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah, with their whole food and furniture and everything. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
like yeah, that is amazing. But also, like, have you ordered or bought furniture from some other company at any point?
Yeah, I mean, I've ordered like furniture on Amazon before, and I've gotten furniture from Target before, from the Target brand. Yeah, I have.
Mm. And how was that
It didn't go
experience
great.
of getting it home? Yeah, exactly.
The experience of getting it home was fine with the Target one, but it's just way less quality material. Like, I already had something break like a month after getting it, and like it should not have broken. You know what I mean? There was a little bedside
Mm.
table. Like, just lower quality, thinner material. With IKEA, like, I'd say like 90% of the products, and I've gotten a lot of stuff from IKEA, and like 90% of the products I've got from IKEA have been like as solidly built as you possibly can for the type of thing that you're buying, right? Like you know that it's coming in a box, you know that you're assembling it. It's not going to be made out of like oak, but for what you're
Mm.
buying, it's the best that I've seen for like build it at home stuff. Like it's solid material, it always holds up well. I've had great experiences with it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I've never had any kind of issues at all with anything. Like the biggest issue I've had is maybe like a hole that you're supposed to screw something in is like a bit off, but I mean
Hmm.
that's about it. Um,
Yeah, I've had that a couple times, but nothing that I couldn't work
yeah,
through.
no. And the few times that I've ordered from, we have a Swedish furniture brand that's also quite big in Sweden called Mio, uh, and they have like quality stuff, but and they do home delivery, like they carry everything into your home for a fee, but even that is too complicated for me. Like I don't want to arrange home delivery because then I have to be home and available for a specific
Yeah.
time. And then it's still
Yeah.
just a mess to like, how do you get the sofa up the stairs or into an elevator? How do you do that?
Hmm.
And how do you get the
Hmm.
sofa in through your door? Like it's just simple things like that,
Yeah.
regardless of
For if you have a
how easy.
house, it's probably easier with a house, but if you're in apartment living, it's a pain. Because I've done it.
Yeah,
I moved into an apartment and out of an apartment and moved the couch both times, and it was the worst. But you get through it. But yeah, it's
yeah,
annoying. It's not fun.
yeah. It doesn't matter how easy the company makes it for you. Like if it's assembled and in big chunks, like it's gonna be complicated.
Hmm.
And maybe
Hmm.
that's just me being petty, but that's my take.
Nah, I get it. I completely get it. But yeah, IKEA, thumbs up for me.
Yep, thumbs up for me. I can't say no. I would denounce my heritage.
Yeah, they'd be like, well, they can't kick you out of the country. You already left.
True, but I'm still a citizen, so I guess they could revoke my citizenship.
You're gonna be a dual citizen. Is that how it's gonna work? Dual
I'm gonna be
citizenship, or
tax. I'm gonna be a tax resident in Portugal, but on my passport,
but it's still
I'm
a
still
citizen of
Swedish.
Sweden.
Yep.
Yeah, you're Swedish as fuck. It's all good. The last one I'm gonna give a thumbs down to preemptively. Just a thumbs down all
Okay.
the way around. Okay.
All
I don't
right.
know.
Let's see.
So the first of all, I don't know if you know this company or not because I do not know if they're only in the US or they're global. I don't know. So you'll have to tell me if you've heard of this. Here we go. I'm gonna share. Have you heard of Snapple? This is the old packaging.
Yeah, I recognize.
So it's a
I'm not sure
tea.
if I've
It's a
seen
tea
it.
drink.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but they would always like be known for their glass bottles, like real glass instead of plastic, and they always had a metal lid, and when you would open the lid it would pop, like because it was like really sealed really tight, so when you opened it, like the little metal would like snap, and you'd hear like a snap when you opened it, which was awesome, right? I grew up with these. I always liked Snapple.
Right.
And then on the inside of the little metal lid, there was always like a little tidbit of info, like a little trivia fact, right?
Oh,
Like so,
about
you'd open
what?
it, you'd read the lid, and you'd learn something. It was my favorite. I loved it. And then I would always play with the lids as a kid because if you kept clicking them, they'd snap, snap, snap. Like they'd make little noises, right?
Yeah.
So Snapple is iconic, at least around here. Like I grew up with it. Like the other day, this is why I found this in the real world. After we talked last week, I was like, all right, I'm looking for a design that I hate and love. And I went into a freaking grocery store and saw their new packaging, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was furious, dude. This is the new packaging on the right, okay? So
No.
let me break it down real quick, what I'm mad about and what I'm not mad about, okay? The only thing that I'm not mad about is the new logo. The new logo's fine. If you just switched out the logo, I'd be like, cool. Here's what I'm mad about. The bottle is generic. It doesn't have the same Snapple vibe that they've had for like 30 years or something. The cap is plastic. If I'm buying a Snapple, it better freaking snap, and I better have a metal cap. Like, what are we doing? Like, now we're going all plastic on me, and the bottle's plastic. Like, you're known for glass bottles. That's your thing. I don't know which is more environmentally friendly. I don't know. But like, even on the left, this is plastic too. But like the metal lid, at least they kept. Like, what are we doing, guys? We're taking this heritage, this whole vibe that you've built, this brand that you've built over years, and you're just cashing it in for some generic looking, millennial looking bottle. What are we doing? That's it. That's my vibe. That's my rant.
I love it. Honestly, like, yeah, they've completely lost their uniqueness.
Yeah,
They
I
completely
agree.
lost their soul. Like you're
I
saying,
agree.
it doesn't. The new bottle doesn't look like anything. It looks like everything. Like it's not special in any type of
Yeah.
way.
No, it's completely
And
generic. And I wish, what do you think if they would have updated this logo? The logo's fine, in my opinion, on the new one, and just put that logo here, I would have been like cool with it. I would
yeah,
have.
I'm
But
thinking
like they
probably.
lost their vibe. It's
Yeah,
gone.
I'm thinking that they're probably doing cost savings. Like I'm sure
Totally.
glass is more expensive. Um,
Totally. But at least keep the metal cap, my guy. That's what they're known for.
yeah. And yeah, I just I don't like. I'm not familiar with the brand like before this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've
Mm-hmm.
heard the name, but that's all. Um, but just as a first impression, I really do prefer the old one because the old one to me feels, and like this is my first impression. The old one feels like good quality. It feels natural. It feels like
Mm-hmm.
it's something you buy because you're conscious of your body, what you put into your body. Although I'm sure there's plenty of sugar and
Oh,
chemicals in it.
there's a fuck ton of sugar, but it's really good.
Yeah. But like that's the feeling I get. It feels good to drink it.
Yeah.
But the new one, it feels like any other generic, like tea. What is it called?
Yeah.
Tea. Yeah, tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Iced tea.
Iced tea bottle. Like there's what's this other big brand? I think it's in the US too. Like there's a really big iced tea
Lipton.
brand. Lipton, yeah,
Lipton.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me Lipton vibes, and that's not a
Yeah,
good vibe.
exactly. No, it's completely corporate. It's completely soulless. The old one at least had
Yeah,
a historical heritage vibe to it, right? Even if the design isn't perfect, I don't care. It's got like this history.
yeah,
And I think that also goes back to, which you and I know this, but like the reason that people buy products is not because of the product in a lot of cases. It's about the feeling that it gives you when you have that thing. Like
mm,
I think in this case it's a perfect scenario. The product could be exactly the same, but one of them gives me a feeling of like history. I feel like a New Yorker because that's where it came from. Like I don't know. Like it just gives me this sort of like heritage and vibe. The new one could have the same exact tea inside, but I don't feel the same way when I'm drinking it. It's about the feeling that you get. That's why people buy stuff.
Yeah. No,
That's branding.
100%. Like, yeah, exactly. And you gotta respect, especially as an old brand that have lots of like old customers that associate specific vibe with their company. Like, you gotta respect that. You can't come in as, I'm sure there's been some new CEO who's saying like, oh, we gotta do cost savings. We're switching to plastic because it's cheaper, and we're gonna earn this and this many millions more. Like, you gotta respect where you come from. As a brand.
Well, I just noticed on this old one, they switched it to plastic even on this one, which I didn't know. I just saw it here.
Okay.
But at least they kept the metal lid, which would pop. Like there was something satisfying as a kid about that pop. And like I would always ask for Snapple because I knew that when you undid the metal lid, it would pop. And I loved that. Like they're losing that that character. That's all.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But at the same time, do you think maybe like their audience, like you, for example, they're growing up and buying it less maybe, and now maybe they saw less earnings, so they gotta
maybe
grab like a younger generation, and so that's why they look like
maybe. But I think that they are incorrect if they think that this new design will appeal to like younger generations. I think that that's I don't follow that. Like I would see them doubling down on it being vintage or something. I could see that working. I could see like TikTok ads of like people being like an old school vibe, right? Like go the opposite. Don't, because anytime with young people, anytime you try to be like, look, kids, we're cool. We're one of the young people too. Like our new cool tea. They're like, we hate you. Like, what are you doing? But if you're just like, hey, we're old and that's cool, then people are like, okay, they're old. That's cool. Like, you just have to accept who you are. But when they keep trying to like pretend to be something that they're not, I don't respect it, Jonathan. I don't.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, I guess it comes down to what they're trying to do. If they really do want to completely revamp their brand and like they're completely new, like we're a new company, then I guess they've succeeded. But if they're trying
I guess
to,
because it looks completely different. But I don't know.
I don't know.
And maybe they'll succeed. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't get good vibes from it personally.
Me neither. It's from me.
Yeah. The design of the bottle is objectively good. I will say, like, it's like the designers that they hired or worked with or whatever did a great job on the packaging. I just don't like that they completely abandoned the history. That's yeah. I won't be buying it because it doesn't have the vibe that I wanted. You know.
Boycott Snapple.
Cancel Snapple. No, I'm not calling it. Fuck it. Boycott, cancel them. Let's do it. Whatever. But all right, that's what I had today, man. That's what I got.
All right, cool. So
we've really gone on a journey. That was fun.
We have gone on the journey. I guess we're running out of time, but I have two more examples. Which should we?
Oh shit! I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, all good. But I see.
Let's speed run them. Let's speed run them.
We can do one of them.
Speed run. Let's go.
Okay, so let's go.
Quick critique. I can't even talk.
Quick.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, before I click share screen, I promise. I can't promise because I am a basic bitch, and yes, this is what I think.
Yeah.
Apple.
Yeah. You're showing me the Apple. Oh my gosh, dude.
Okay, Okay, but
Yeah,
hear me
I
out.
love
Okay,
it. I mean,
hear me out. Hear me out. So there's
all
like
right.
millions of thousands, maybe products with various designs and whatever. But can you find a laptop that looks as good and feels as good to use as a MacBook? No, you
What's this
cannot. That's
company?
the right
What's
answer.
is this some small startup? I've never heard of it.
Yeah. I found it in. It's a Swedish one actually. They're based in
Yeah.
they're based in Falun. It's this little town in the middle of the woods in Sweden. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right though. You're 100% correct.
I mean, yeah, like and phones too. Like, can you? Okay, actually, no, I disagree with phones, but let's keep it to laptops. I think there's plenty of phones that do look better than iPhones, to be
Okay.
completely honest. But
All right.
laptop wise, you can't find a laptop that looks and feels as good to use as a MacBook.
I agree.
That's my take.
I actually think the same thing with
Why?
tablets. There's no tablet better than the iPad currently.
Yep.
There's not.
Yep.
There's more competition with phones. There's also a lot of good competition with headphones, especially over ear. I don't think anything beats AirPod Pros for in-ear for me, but there's plenty. Sony's over ears are just beasts. Bose makes really good over ears. Like there's a lot of competition there. And let's not even get started on the mouse. I mean, that mouse kind of sucks. But the laptop and the iPad dominate their market. They just do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As far as quality and the vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much to it. It's just good products, great design.
Yeah.
Big thumbs up.
Wait, I feel like that's a tagline. What's the tagline? You almost said like a tagline of something like great product. Oh, you almost did the Papa John's pizza tagline. Do you know Papa John's pizza? Have you heard of that?
We don't have it.
Yeah.
We don't have it in Europe.
Okay, well, in the commercials, back in the day, they always used to say, great ingredients, better pizza, that's Papa John's or something. It's almost what you said, dude. Anyway, yeah, big thumbs up. Thumbs up on Apple.
Big thumbs up. Thumbs up on Apple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, what's the last one?
All right. Yeah, cool. So the last one is something I know you like too. Notion.
Oh, okay.
And not their websites, but
Notion.
Their websites, specifically their like the software Notion.
Yeah.
Like the amount of stuff you can do in Notion is absolutely insane, and the ease of use.
Yeah.
Like everything is just based on commands. Like you do / and you type whatever you want to make happen. It's so easy to use.
Yeah.
And the text editing is amazing. Like
I agree. I do love how you can really run a lot of it from your keyboard. And I think that the more I've gotten into like working and business in the business world and just like efficiency, I realized that like keyboard is the way to go. Like I can do so much stuff in Notion just in my keyboard, and I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. Like I've actually moved away from Notion, funnily enough, bringing it up as a good example. But yeah, it's just so easy to use, and like to me, it's more the versatility. Like you can do everything from a project manager to like a habit tracker to just a blog writing tool. Like you can do anything.
I'm using it right now to track. I have like my personal. I forget what I titled it, but I'm basically tracking all my media. Like not all of it, but I have like a record of every video game I played this year. I have a record of every movie I've watched this year and like little reviews, and then every book. And so I'm just like keeping track of things just so that like, let's say 10 years down the road, if I manage to keep this up, then I can go back and be like, what was I watching? What was I reading? Like, I think that that's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. Like you have and since it's digital, you can have an infinite amount of data.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And if Notion ever goes out of business, I hope they give me like a week notice so that I can print everything out.
You're gonna have like thousands of pages, like this big catalog.
I'll do it. I don't even care. Yeah, just give me some notice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love their product. What are you using now, though?
I'm using I don't have it right here, but I'm using a good old-fashioned notebook. a physical notebook.
I know that you've been notebooking, but are you using that for project tracking and things like that?
Yep, everything.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just for personal. That's cool. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I've divided the notebook into so weekly and daily. So I have like each day I write my to-dos and whatever comes up, like random things to. I write that as bullet points on a daily basis. And then I have weekly notes, I call them, which are kind of
Okay.
random ideas or like things I want to tackle at some point this week, but I don't know specifically when. And then I have another section in the book for notes in general, and that's mainly where I do meeting notes. So if I have a meeting, I write the meeting notes in that section.
Okay. So it's like your everything notebook.
Yeah, it's my everything notebook. And then the last part is a year overview, so like a monthly year overview. So I do like between these dates, I'm working on this and this project.
Okay.
So like that replaces what I used to use Notion for, like an overview to see like how my workload is. Yeah. So yeah, I have everything.
That's really
there.
cool,
It's
man.
amazing.
That's really cool. I'm like that's such a cool idea because it's like pen and paper. You really can like there's something like tactile about it. So like I'm glad that you're
Yeah.
liking it. I'm curious if you can manage to keep it all organized over time. But I think that's really cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, I only started using
that.
it like a week ago, so I hope I'll manage to keep it organized. But there's something about the feeling of writing physical notes too that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
Well, this was fun, man. I'm glad. I like doing these little design reviews with you. We should do this again.
Me too. Yeah, we should. And
but
episode 2 or 3 or 4, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure out what to do next week. But we always have a good time here. So thanks for listening to the No BS Design Show. And we'll see you next week. Yeah.
All right.